So I went thrifting today, and lo and behold, I found some rather interesting things. First off, we got a couple of Optical Logitech USB mice, both in pretty good shape. Both work fine. They were 50 cents a piece, so I grabbed those up pretty quick. Thought, hey, that's not a bad deal. Got Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos, and Battle Chest. Both for $1. Not bad at all. I've actually been testing these out. They play very nicely on that Dell over there, D820 I think that is. And something to go with these two Dell laptops, this little docking station, which is marked $5, but everything read was half off today. So I got this for $2.50. A rather nice little dock here. If I unplug it here from the power in one of these mice, I can show you what it's got for ports on it. We got our power input, modem, Ethernet, S-video out, DVI, VGA, serial and parallel, two PS2 ports, SPDIF audio, and 3 USB ports. On the side, got whatever the heck that top port is, which looks like USB but isn't. USB port and an audio port. And on this side we have, instead of the normal like key locking system here, we've got a Kensington Lock port, which when you slide the lever over to lock it, opens up a hole there, so it locks the button and allows you to put a Kensington lock in there to prevent it from being undocked, which is actually a really nice solution, because it means you don't have to have a key for this thing, so there's no key to lose. The only key you have is for your Kensington lock, so it's not specific to the dock. It's specific to whatever lock you want to use with this, which is excellent, really, because I don't plan on ever using a lock with it. So that just means there's no keys for me to lose, unlike the dock I have for my ThinkPads, which thankfully I still have the keys for. But most of those docks you find have the keys missing. I actually found that ThinkPad dock at the exact same place I got this one at. It was a little thrift store in Hartville, Ohio, and the phone's ringing. Anyway, as I was saying before the interruption there, this thing came from the same place as the ThinkPad docking station, a little thrift store over in Hartville, Ohio. And they usually have fairly reasonable prices on stuff. However, their electronics and things have been going up lately, and that seems to be kind of the trend everywhere. I've noticed a lot of the Goodwills and various thrift shops and stuff, their prices are really just going through the roof, and I don't understand why, because they're selling stuff for like $15, $20 that's not worth anything. You know, you go in there and there's like a little portable black and white TV or something that's just cheap plastic thing. They've got it marked for $20. It's like, who needs that or wants that? I mean, or stuff that's obviously broken and missing parts, and they're selling it for retail price. It's like, what the hell? I mean, that's just almost the point of rip-off, you know. But the little store in Hartville is usually pretty good. It's usually Goodwills that I've noticed seem to be more guilty of doing that, and they have to know that the stuff doesn't work or is broken. Like you test stuff out and it's like it clearly does not work. But yeah, this little docking station here works with both of my Dell Latitude laptops here. D430 seems to work perfectly with it, and the D820 seems to work really nice with it. So I like these laptops a lot. They're just really sturdy, you know. D820 I just fixed recently. Had a bad motherboard, so, well, bad video chipset on the motherboard. Pretty much just replaced the entire bottom half of the laptop, which is, it was a pain in the ass, but it wasn't too expensive. I think I paid like $27 or something for the total thing. I'll be uploading a video of that process soon. I tried to fix the old motherboard on it, but it was, I believe it worked at one point. I actually have replaced the board twice on this. I got one on eBay and then didn't test it for a long time until it was too late to return it, unfortunately. And when I did put it in there, it had all kinds of weird graphical glitches and things. And it looked like whoever had owned it before, when they pulled the board out of the unit, the thermal compound that was on there, they like rinsed off with some rubbing alcohol, but it ran like, it was this metallic stuff, and it ran under all the BGA chips. And I believe it shorted something out in there, and even after I cleaned all that out in there, it didn't seem to work anymore. So I think that kind of did that poor little video chipset in. It was weird. The the video would be alright when the video chipset was running at the 100 megahertz like base clock, like its low clock speed battery saving mode. But as soon as it would try to up its clock speed at all over that, it would just get all fuzzy and the colors would go weird and stuff. It was just really not good. But yeah, this works perfectly fine. It's kind of neat when you press the little eject button on the back here. A little message will appear on the top. It says the undocking is complete. Windows has finished undocking the computer. You can now remove the computer from the docking station. So it prepares the computer for its undock. I guess there's some drivers or something it has to load on there. However, I didn't have to install anything on here to get it to work. I just plopped it down on the dock, and like this isn't even the factory install of Windows, so it just works. I don't know. I like stuff that just works. Push the button on the back and off it lifts. Really simple, really nicely made little docking stations. I don't know what other models of Dell laptops he's worked with. I didn't even know if this would work with these two laptops or not, but I figured for the $2.50 it was worth figuring that out. And it looked like it had the right kind of connector and stuff on it. And these little, I imagine these are for charging. Little pegs that align with the bottom, either that or it's to ground the laptop to this. I'm not really sure on that. I wouldn't think you would need 4 of them, but kind of interesting nonetheless. Little kind of spring-loaded pogo pins on there. But yeah, not a bad little thing for $2.50. Definitely worth picking up. Alright guys, if you thought it was interesting, go ahead and like it, and I will see you guys later.